Okay, my friends, this is going to be a fabulous, fabulous thing today. I'm really excited to do this. The perfect swindle. Wait till you see this. Now, before I do that, this guy's going to talk about how you gain credibility. Before I show this, I just want to show you something. I've been talking about chemistry and science and all this. I'm not just making this stuff up. I did this stuff in so much detail that I can talk, I can speak about this stuff. I have no reason to hide the fact that I did all this stuff. And I just don't talk about it much, but now I'm gaining my credibility. This is thermochemistry. This is not just chemistry. This is not just, and this goes on and on and on. This whole book is filled with it. I did this stuff more than anybody, so don't tell me I can't speak about it. So that is my gaining credibility. And I go on and on and on here. And I'm going to talk about things today about dipole magnetic moments. All right, see, molecular polarities, dipole moments, and how you figure them out and all this stuff. Because this says, oh, you're talking about all this global warming, and you're talking about all the things I talk about. Everybody fights. Anyway, back here, there's another one that goes into something else I want to talk about. I can't remember what. Oh yeah, light energy. And I mean, I did all this stuff so long ago, and I've been doing it for my whole life. So I don't know what else to say, other than just that's my credibility. Now, wait till you see this guy. This is hilarious. It's just so unbelievable the time that we are in right now. I just can't believe it. All right, hold on. Here he goes. Okay, so don't forget.
The perfect swindle.
The perfect swindle.
Yes, we've all been swindled through an elaborate scheme.
All right, and what is that elaborate scheme? Well, it is that you have to be educated to get a job. All right, to become acceptable in society. Let's put it that way. Now, what does education mean? Well, you have to go, and somebody has to tell you what to think. And if you think, and you say and repeat what they say, well, then you will be accepted. But if you go against what they say, you will not be accepted. And you will not be accepted because you have not said what they told you to say. That to me is the lack of intelligence. That's a sheep. That's a sheep just led right down the street, right into the field. Go eat some grass and have a nice day. Oh, okay. That to me is there's no knowledge there. Now I present things with evidence behind them, 100%. Not a word have I ever presented without factual supporting evidence. Zero, nada, never one syllable from me. Now, and it doesn't seem to float. It doesn't. It's gone. It ends up underneath whale flotsam. There is no appetite for anything supported by intelligence that assaults what you have been swindled into believing, and then swindled into paying for, and then swindled into sending out letters of congratulations that you were accepted into this big deceit, where they take your money and tell you things that are not true to make you believe exactly what they believe. And there is extreme consequences to this in every respect, because they just announced the Bohr model is completely wrong. And I've been fighting this, and I've been screaming all over the internet, so I hope I had some effect, because they just don't seem to ever budge. Now, I have the mud fossil research that shows that the Earth is not anything what they say it's like. Geology is completely 100% wrong, just as is light research. And I did that research too, so don't tell me I didn't. I got a DNA test, I got CAT scans, I got chemistry, I have recreated the process. I understand the telluric currents and how salt water invades tissues and how it does not invade. I mean, it destroys bones, converts it, it does not destroy, it preserves flesh. And I have shown every bit of the flesh on the earth that is from these fossils. There are mud fossils that were preserved in the Great Salt Flood, written of in every culture. Myths, just, oh, that silly guy, he believes all that silly stuff. Well, I show the proof of it, And they are the silly people that have you believing the perfect swindle. And they have your money, they have your mind, and they also have your soul. This is what's called blastulus. They form a ball, and then their ball collapses, inverts, and then there's a seam that welds right here. And that's how your abdominal cavity forms. And when the mud fossils expand in the bodies, this seam splits when they dry out. And that is the Tracian womb cave. And that is a vagina, and that is the split of the abdominal seam. Now, this is absolutely certain, the things that I speak about. And this is another thing that will not be accepted, and it is part of the great swindle. Not only this goes a lot deeper than that. So, pay for the swindle, slurp it all up, and have a good time. I can't stop anybody from doing anything. And I cannot seem to break through the wall of silence that everybody puts up. Because if you go out and speak about this, absolutely people are going to say, oh, what is this guy talking about? Well, if you don't, you're just going to have to shut up and go in the woods and eat the crap that they feed you. I wouldn't do it. So, if you want to, bon appetit.